FTC, and we're going to do losers bracket number 39, ZX versus PX. Similar names, but completely different team concepts. On top is the ZX Projects team consisting of Underdog the Thief, Breaker, North Star the Monk, Damage, Backpack the Chemist, Support, and Rasputin the Knight, mostly damage and or support. This team requires is highly dependent on this thief to break enemy equipment, and then the monk to kill. And Rasputin the Knight is their, and the other units are to make sure that their units stay alive throughout the whole battle. Then we have PX's team, which is totally offense. UMAD the Knight. Notice that this Knight's maximum damage capacity is around 380. B the Samurai, maximum damage capacity is 364. The Game the Thief, Charm, as well as Throw. And Cholololo Summoner, which is for haste and Cyclops. Two entirely different team concepts that I noticed. PX's team, for example, has no healing whatsoever. But now let's do the actual pre-battle analysis. You will notice that I decided to do the first round's battle and the pre-battle analysis all at once. The reason is because, as CT5 totally noted, there's no point in having two different analyses for pretty much the same thing. Okay, as you will see above, I think that HP advantage goes to ZX, because although his units are slightly less tanky than his opponent, he can heal his squad with 3 members of his squad, he can resurrect with 3 members of his squad. PX has no resurrections and no healings at all. However, if you look at damage, this is not even a question. PX has an advantage. Even at neutral compat, that Samurai and that Knight can one-shot every single member of the other team except for ZX Project's Knight. When you add in compats, that Knight is going to be dealing over 400 damage to both of those females on the other team, and that Samurai is going to be dealing more than 400 damage to the females on the other team because every team's units of the opposite sex have good compat with the other team's opposite sex. So the Monk and the Knight on ZX Project's team have good compat with the Thief and the Summoner on PX's team, and vice versa for the other 2 members. However, ZX Project has slightly more status in the form of Counter Flood, and as well as in the form of Slow and Stop, which could play a factor here, and Luck, if he gets, say, Petrify or Frog off of Counter Flood, would be dangerous. So those factors go to ZX. In terms of synchronization, both teams have different synchronizations meant for different types of maps. ZX Project's team has a 12-speed Thief going first and ahead of the rest of the party. If the battle lasts too long, that Thief will be getting too many turns. However, since that Thief is sniping from far range with a gun, she'll still stay with the rest of the squad. PX's team, meanwhile, has a really fast Thief with 6 move, a slower Knight with 6 move, and a slightly faster Samurai with, I think, 5 or 4. In other words, his squad is going to have a much harder time on a big map staying together, and his squad, if wounded, will likely do nothing and sit in a corner. So technically, that synchronization advantage should also go to ZX, but to be honest, it's not huge, and it's only noticeable on a big map. And AI, to be honest, both teams essentially have the AI do whatever strategy they want them to do. In ZX Project's case, it's break, and in PX's team, it's just damage, and the AI understands both equally well in this case because of how well both teams synchronize themselves, so that shouldn't be an issue. Now let's see what the actual match looks like. Okay, this is going to be losers bracket number 39, ZX Project versus PX. The first battle is going to be Wargilly's Trade City. This is the map that's never used in the actual game. Okay. PX on bottom, ZX on top. Another element of this battle will really be whose team's Thief and or Monk whose team's Thief first manages to charm the other squad. Because of how powerful the males are on both teams in terms of damage to their own squad, whichever team's Thief can get off with charm first on the other team's male is going to have a huge advantage. And yeah, this map's kind of glitched in that whoever's playing as player 2 is gonna have a bad chance. Okay, that Thief is dead. Okay, and there's one thing messed up about the squad, and is that whoever's Thief is playing as Team 2, and wow, PX and ZX Project Monk is charmed. So this is already almost over if that Monk isn't broken out of charm quickly. Okay. And back to what I was saying. Yeah, like I said, because of best compat between party members, that Monk can seriously wreck up the other squad. She's gonna go for another charm. This time it hits. So the knight's charmed, but the thief is gonna go down to Kiku. However, the summoner is also finished, but she has an angel wing, I think. No, she has re-raise, and she didn't get it. So that summoner's down too. So right now it's technically it's 4-on-2 because that knight hasn't been broken out of charm yet in favor of ZX Project. But that happens now, so no issues there. Notice how that knight really has nothing better to do than throw stone, and he's about to get, no, he's not going to get charmed. Okay. Right, and there was another thing favoring PX I didn't mention in the pre-battle analysis, but ZX Project really has no good units capable of taking down a unit with abandon, like that knight right there. So, and wow, she gets mid-charged and gets taken out. So this will make it very, very difficult for ZX to take down that knight without getting really lucky. Though that does count as really lucky right there. So it's 2-on-2, but the thing is, it's 2-on-2 with the highest damage dealing units on ZX's squad still alive. Which can't be good for the other squad. But they're stuck in a res loop right now, so there's a good chance they will still go down, like that monk right there. Right, and back to this map. This map is kind of screwy because whoever plays this player 1 is going to have a hard time getting haste off from personal experience just testing this squad due to some glitch with the game. I'm not sure what it is. Kotetsu should take down that good compat chemist, and fireball good compat weakens the monk to low HP. However, that samurai himself doesn't have that much HP. It's very likely that knight could be able to kill him. I don't know why he didn't. I don't know why that samurai didn't choose to use And the monk is charmed again. Okay, so it's 3v1 against. But that samurai goes down. So it's technically 2v1, but one of the units is charmed and can't be like that forever. And now he's he's not killed. HP restore. Okay, PX, you're finished. Unless both units are charmed and kill each other for maximum amounts of damage, you're finished. It's now 3v1 against you. Alright. Okay, so the monk is protected and shelled. However, given the low move on his opponent's squad, PX might have a good chance simply to hit and run and or catch a good number of speed saves. So this could still take a while. And also, that thief is faster than both of the enemy units. And that monk is just going to waste his turns using Kiyomori. So this could still... What's being demonstrated here is the power of hit and run against low mobility units. But eventually, that chemist, because of her speed, will eventually get a turn, and then nothing can happen in terms of further attacks, and then the thief gets slowed. So that res loop had to have been broken sooner or later. Okay, all the units are protected. We're just watching PX desperately try to keep himself alive, but I don't think it's possible. Okay, and the thief is don't move. This is over. Even with all those speed saves. Because of protect, even good compat doesn't cause any damage. And she's don't moved again this time because of geomancy. Put into critical. The monk would still prefer to heal the chemist, so... But again, protect lowers damage to near nothing. So... it's over. Okay, PX, you lose round 1. Join us for round 2. This is FTC, and we're going to be doing round 2 of loser bracket number 39. ZX Project versus PX. The first match ZX won because on a large map he was already favored to win simply because of the fact that PX's squad that has poorly synchronized movements for big maps, and then of course, despite taking initial damage, he was able to heal it up by resurrections, while PX, any damage that he took was permanent, and once PX took sufficient damage from, once PX's Lancer failed to kill the Monk the first time around, it was already over, because he was unable to bring his opponent's damage capacity to 0. And what should be added was that Abandon didn't really work too well for him, because on the first time when Abandon was tested, it got punctured through, even despite the 50% evade. Let's see what happens now at Checkerboard Lane, map number 117. Alright, the Knight's armor is immediately broken. Considering how hard it is for both squads to advance towards the other squad, I say and PX's Summoner is already down, and his Lancer fails, his Samurai fails to KO the Monk. Okay, PX is already at a fairly large disadvantage. But the Monk is KO'd by the Knight. So it's still anyone's game. But now the Knight loses its headgear, so now he only has 207 HP. And a charm misses against the enemy Knight. Wow, PX, you're just getting seriously unlucky. And the Samurai is charmed. Wow, PX, are you sure you can win this? Because I'm not. Okay. But Abandon works this time. And the wounded Monk is brought down with the fireball. Samurai is stuck there, but he can't do anything, even though he's charmed. He's on the wrong side of the map. Now the Knight is gonna be charmed. Wow, PX. But the Knight's broken out of it because of the enemy attacker, and now this charmed Samurai is gonna use Kotetsu and KO PX's Knight. Okay. This is over, PX. This is exactly a replay of the last match. The Thief gets a double turn and breaks the Samurai's headgear. And the Monk is, and the Chemist is doing only one thing right now. Okay. The Samurai uses damage split, and it goes out of charm, so PX still might have a chance now because charm was broken. Let's see what happens. Notice that Chemist is doing absolutely nothing, but and the Chemist didn't die from that jump, despite good compat. And now the Samurai goes down from a gunshot. Notice that Thief was unable to do anything during the entire battle because all the Chemist did was spam Phoenix Downs, which kept the Thief busy the entire round. And notice that every single one of the charm attempts by PX has failed. This spells trouble. And the Monk gets HP restore. Okay, this is over. That Thief can no longer even kill targets. Now her HP is getting whittled down too. That's probably Demi too, but it's not for a lot of damage, but it won't matter. It's already 4-on-1. Yes, she gets an extra point of speed, but it won't save her against 4 units. Okay, if the Monk takes another fireball, he dies, but I don't think he's going to be getting that kind of time. It would be funny as heck if that Thief fell down from there, but... Yep, and Demi 2 is going to end. No, it's not. She's eaten 3... No, but the gunshot will. Okay, PX, I'm sorry, but you have been eliminated. ZX Project, you will advance to face Liege next round.